I felt heartbroken in multiple failed relationships and thought, love stinks. Why risk getting hurt again? But part of me was also inquisitive. I was curious to learn more about the definition of love and the reasons behind its importance. I wanted to understand the true meaning of love and go past the transient bliss. And so my quest began. My goal was very clear. I wanted to read a lot to understand love in the hopes that it would protect me from heartbreak in the future. I read a ton of books on the subject and tried to summarize my research in a video, but even with my best efforts, there seemed to be a gap. The knowledge I had acquired appeared idealistic and unrelated to practical application. At that point, I looked to Stoicism, a philosophy that values application above abstraction, for a new take on love. Here's what I found out using that perspective. See the video through to the very end for a unique perspective that may change the way you think about love and its place in your life. To ensure you don't miss any updates, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Together, let's set out on this path of self-awareness and development. Understanding the dichotomy of control. The concept of the dichotomy of control is a fundamental principle in Stoic philosophy, encapsulated by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. At its core, it revolves around the idea of distinguishing between things that are within our control and those that are not. For Stoics, this idea acts as a beacon of wisdom, providing a framework for overcoming obstacles in life with composure and fortitude. It is crucial to first grasp what Stoicism teaches about the nature of human agency and the outside world, in order to fully appreciate the dichotomy of control. According to Stoicism, we have direct control over some aspects of our lives, such as our attitudes, behaviors, and thoughts. The internal faculties are the name given to these. On the other hand, there are outside variables that are out of our control, like other people's deeds, outside events, and outside circumstances. We refer to these as exogenous factors. Our chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I control, writes Epictetus in his Enchiridion. This sentence captures the core of the control dichotomy. It highlights how crucial it is to distinguish between what. To put it simply, the duality of control acts as a compass for Stoics, allowing them to remain calm in the face of uncertainty. Stoics develop inner peace and resilience by accepting what they cannot change and concentrating on what they can, transcending their environment and finding comfort in the unchangeable aspects of human nature. Practicing unconditional kindness. In a world full of conflict, upheaval, and uncertainty, the idea of unconditional kindness shines as a ray of hope and fortitude. This idea, which has its roots in the antiquated Stoic philosophy, provides a revolutionary method for handling the difficulties of interpersonal relationships with kindness and grace. By practicing unconditional kindness, Stoics develop a compassionate, understanding, and empathic mindset that strengthens interpersonal bonds and promotes social harmony. Unconditional kindness is fundamentally the Stoic conviction that people are inherently good. It is the understanding that every person has inherent worth and dignity, regardless of their circumstances or deeds. This viewpoint is based on the Stoic theory of human nature, which maintains that all people are logical beings deserving of virtue and reason. Stoics aim to develop empathy and compassion for others by adhering to this core principle, acknowledging their connection and common humanity. The value of virtue, living in accordance with reason and moral excellence, is one of Stoicism's central lessons. According to Stoics, virtue is the highest good and the ultimate purpose of all human endeavors. The practice of kindness, which is regarded as an expression of one's moral character and integrity, is central to this concept of virtue. Stoics hold that we can develop inner peace and fulfillment in addition to helping others by modeling kindness in our words, deeds, and thoughts. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "There is a chance for kindness wherever there is a human being." This idea perfectly captures the essence of the Stoic philosophy of kindness, which emphasizes the value of showing empathy and compassion to all beings, regardless of their circumstances or background. Stoics hold that we can improve our own sense of fulfillment and well-being, as well as the lives of others, by developing an attitude of kindness and benevolence. Love for humanity, or philanthropy, is one of the main virtues that Stoicism emphasizes. Stoics hold that we can advance the welfare of all beings and advance society. There is a fine balance between intimacy and autonomy, closeness and independence, in the complex dance of human relationships. Fostering healthy and fulfilling connections with others involves embracing space in relationships, which is an important but frequently ignored aspect of the process. This idea, which has its roots in Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the value of developing one's sense of autonomy and uniqueness within the framework of close relationships. Couples can develop stronger bonds with their partners and promote resilience, trust, and respect for one another by giving each other space for personal development, self-discovery, and autonomy. Fundamentally, respecting each partner's distinct identities, preferences, and boundaries is what it means to embrace space in a relationship. It is the understanding that every individual is a self-governing entity with unique needs, goals, and experiences. Couples build a foundation of trust and understanding that allows their relationship to flourish by recognizing and appreciating these differences in one another. Stoicism offers important insights into the practice of accepting space in relationships because of its emphasis on inner peace and personal virtue. Stoics emphasize the value of developing inner serenity and self-sufficiency, regardless of relationships or situations outside of oneself. People with this inner resilience are able to deal with life's ups and downs with poise and composure, avoiding an undue reliance on other people to make them happy or fulfilled. The renowned Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "The only worthwhile objective in life is freedom. It is achieved by ignoring factors outside of our control." This feeling sums up the Stoic philosophy of accepting space in interpersonal relationships. We release ourselves from the weight of attachment and expectation when we give up the desire to possess or control our relationships. Rather, we develop an attitude of acceptance and distancing ourselves, letting our relationships develop organically and truthfully. In conclusion, cultivating satisfying and healthy relationships with people that are based on the ideas of Stoic philosophy requires embracing space in interpersonal relationships. People can develop deeper levels of intimacy, understanding, and trust in their relationships by acknowledging and honoring each partner's autonomy, individuality, and boundaries.